Okay, we have a new pranayama. Sitkari pranayama described in chapter 2 of Hatha Yoga Pratipika. Sutra 54. Then Sitkari is described. Make a hissing sound with the mouth while drawing energy in, and release only through the nostril. By the yoga consisting of repeated practice of this, one becomes a second god of beauty, Kama Deva. Deva is a god, Kama is desire. You become a second god of desire, a second god of beauty. What the hell does that have to do with yoga? Is it like a fashion kind of thing here? No, it's very simple. Have a look at what we're doing here. Don't make a hissing sound. The hissing sound is nada. And what this text is indicating, mentioning the hissing sound, lets us know that we need to take in Shiva energy in accelerated form. So not just taking in Shiva energy, but taking in Shiva energy in larger amounts than we did in the second cycle, for example, of Nadishodhana Pranayama. We take in Shiva in accelerated form. The more Shiva comes in, the louder nada becomes, because nada is accompanied by the inflow of Shiva. When you are very healthy, which means that your energy is flowing freely, nada is much clearer. Louder is not the right word, but clearer than people who are unhealthy, who have a poor energy circulation. They don't hear nada. So they come together. Nada is an indication of health. It's an indication of ample inflow of Shiva energy. And here we use the power of the mind, thought control, to accelerate Shiva inflow. So not just Shiva inflow, but accelerate. You have to make it inflow faster using the power of thought. Then you release only through one nostril. You let Shiva out. So accelerated Shiva in, Kumbhaka. Normal Shiva out, slow Shiva out. Now the interesting part, you will become a second god of beauty. No, it makes perfect sense. Shiva energy is the energy that is responsible for cell multiplication. Cell multiplication. Shiva energy is responsible for all the physical aspects. Energy manifesting into matter. Your body is energy that has manifested into matter. If the energy is poor, your appearance will be poor. If the energy is there in abundance, especially Shiva, because Shiva is responsible for building, you look healthier, more vibrant, and with that, more attractive to the outside world. Yeah? So it's not about the perfect beauty. There are ugly people that can be very attractive simply because of what they radiate. That's what this is about. Accelerated Shiva in, Kumbhaka. Slow Shiva out, Kumbhaka. 55. You become an object of high regard among the circles of yogis and yoginis. You will be able to create and destroy. Neither hunger nor thirst, somnolence nor indolence arise in you. Shiva energy is responsible for resting, recovering. That is why when you're tired, nada is louder than normal. When you're tired, your body naturally takes in more Shiva than usual, because it needs that energy to recover, to rest. You become an object of high regard among yogis and yoginis. That is because you become a second god of beauty. You become a more attractive human being overall. Being able to create and destroy. It sounds a little bit like Masters of the Universe or something like that. If you look at mythology, you see ferocious monsters that destroy the world. It's all symbolism. The meaning of this is very subtle. It sounds very dramatic. It's very, very subtle. What does it mean? It means you are able to control Shiva as well as Shakti energy. You don't see it yet, huh? Shiva energy is responsible for creation. Women who are pregnant experience increased nada sound, if they are aware of it. Not only that, there is a period throughout the growing of the baby inside that the mom starts to radiate, starts to shine. Why? Because huge amounts of Shiva energy are being sucked in to grow that baby. Shiva energy creates. Symbolically, Shakti destroys. Shakti burns. So in mythology, where you see mythology pictured with paintings, you see ferocious monsters using fire to destroy the earth, the world, mankind. It's symbolism, very dramatic, but it's actually, the reality is very subtle. And here it simply means you have now reached a level where you're able to control Shiva and Shakti, create and destroy. Symbolism. Boring, huh? You would have expected something much more spectacular. It sounds spectacular. That is symbolism. But you have learned Shakti energy with Surya Vedana. Then you had both with Ujjayi. And now we add a Shiva dominating exercise to it. You're at the point now that you're able to control both Shiva and Shakti. To control creation and destruction. That's what it means. 56. Strength of body is gained by this practice, and the Lord of Yogins becomes surely free of afflictions of every kind on this earthly sphere. We live in a society where it comes to education and work, profession, puts an unreasonable demand on us human beings. According to what we learn in yoga, it's very unnatural to be busy 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. We can handle it for a while, but then we burn up. Literally, we burn up. We destroy ourselves because we are constantly generating Shakti energy. And we do not compensate with sufficient amounts of Shiva to recover. So although we're still young, we start to feel old. Not only feel old, we start to look old. We're literally burning up. And in the worst case scenario, you end up with a burnout, literally. It's called a burnout. You're totally exhausted, physically and mentally. Exhausted. The only thing that helps is to take a break. Not for a day, not for a week, but for a year. Or at least several months. You have to totally recover. And the older you get, the worse it becomes. So many people who work like 20, 25 years in their profession, working hard, basically always going beyond the boundaries of what is natural. But they compensate with the promise of a good salary, a nice vacation once or twice a year, meeting friends and family in the weekend, have a barbecue and a beer or something. We compensate with all kinds of rewards. And then we go back into the grind again on Monday and exhaust ourselves until Friday and repeat. But most people who suffer burnouts are in their late 40s and 50s. Just because the body gives up. The hormone system changes. Not only women have a menopause, men have a similar kind of process taking place. And the body just can't handle it anymore, those 10 or 12 hour work days. And if you don't listen to the signals, you crash. You burn out. Literally, you suffer a burnout. So it's very important to respect having enough rest. And it's very difficult in the society that we live in. And as a yoga teacher, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky, I have my own schedule. I had times that I was very busy. And I simply saw that as a challenge. But I have burned out in 2016 after a year, 7 days a week teaching, 3 classes a day on weekdays, then Saturday, Sunday, all day. That was horrible, but I just felt I have to do it. And I thought I will keep doing it until things change, because if I don't do my best now, maybe later I will regret when things change and it appears I didn't do my best. But I burned myself out. I was a little bit too stubborn, I guess. First, 2016 I burned out physically, and 2018 it was mentally. It came separate. That's why I decided to take a break for a year, at least for a year. But I can tell you, in the beginning period, I really thought I'm done with yoga. I'm a fake yogi. I'm never gonna think of yoga anymore. Never gonna teach anymore. But of course, it changed. Rest is important, and you may have to learn the hard way, like I did, because challenges come your way and you do not want to avoid them. You do not want to go out of the way of the challenges, because you know that they are there for a reason. I learned some very important things there. And again, the universe provides. So I have a plan B constructed in my mind mentally, but my heart is just going along, and actually quite nice. It's as long as you resist that you wear yourself out. Yeah. But respect your rest, it's very important. Because as long as you move, there is no significant Shiva inflow, and your body cannot function only on Shakti. And sooner or later, you're going to pay the price. You're going to burn out, literally burn out, because that is Shakti energy. Okay? And you douse the fire with Shiva. Normally, you rest for a day or a week and you're recovered. But when you get to the point of burnout, you don't recover. It really takes months before you feel your muscles can move again and you start to feel some energy again. So if you can avoid it, it's better to avoid it, but I guess most of us just sooner or later will have to go through some form of burnout, just to understand ourselves and our lives and our ambitions also better, and our fears also. We push ourselves over the limit, often out of fear, because we feel we have no other option. Good. Sitkari Pranayama. Now you have the opportunity to feel and compare. We've done Nadi Shodhana, which is balancing. First you increase Shakti, then you increase Shiva, ending up with a nice balance, harmony. Then we did Surya Vedana, which is a pure Shakti dominating exercise that leaves you with a certain feeling that you can compare. Then we did Ujjayi, which is specialized, increasing both Shiva and Shakti energy. Now we have Shiva, with which we, that is the true healing aspect of yoga, increasing Shiva. You accelerate Shiva inflow and you have slow outflow, which leaves you with a Shiva dominated condition. It is because of this that it is said that 1 hour of meditation can replace 2 hours of sleep. Because what happens in your sleep happens on steroids when you meditate. Okay,